To this lecture video. In this video, I am going to explain elastic properties of materials, which comes under the topic elasticity under model number 2 of engineering physics prescribed by VTU. Let us discuss the following points. So here I am going to discuss concept of elasticity, stress and strain, types of stress and strains, Hooke's law, longitudinal strain coefficient denoted by symbol alpha, and lateral strain coefficient denoted by symbol beta. So these were all the concepts that I am going to discuss here. So let us look at what is elasticity. So elasticity means whenever a material subjected to stress or which is subjected to a force, it will undergo deformation. Whenever we remove the force, the material will come back to its normal state. Such a property is considered as elastic property and the phenomenon is known as elasticity. If a material is not come back to its original state even after removing the deforming force, then such materials are considered as plastic materials. The best example for elastic material is all metals and then rubber. So these were all the examples of elastic materials. So rubber, when it is subjected to a deforming force, it will change its dimension. Once you remove the applied force, the rubber will return back to its original shape. Even in some metals, the metal will undergo deformation after applying force. Once the force is removed, it will come back to normal state. That's what the concept of elasticity. So this will come into picture within certain limits. So before going to this, let us understand what is stress and strain. So stress is nothing but force per unit area of cross section. So force applied upon a material per unit area of cross section, that is what is called stress. That is denoted by symbol F by A. So force is nothing but mass into acceleration due to gravity or mass into acceleration due to gravity that is applied in the presence of gravitational force. So force is nothing but, that is force per area is nothing but stress, and strain is nothing but change in dimension of the material to the original dimension. That is what is called the definition for strain. Now let us look at different sorts. So stress and strain. If F is the force applied and A is the area of cross section of the body, then stress will be defined as stress denoted by symbol T is equal to F by A. Suppose if a material undergo change in its dimension, so let us consider delta D be the change in dimension of the material and let D be the original dimension, then strain can be written as it is the ratio of change in dimension to the original dimension, that is delta D by D. This is what about the definition for strain. So if we consider change in length, then the corresponding stress will be considered as longitudinal stress. Suppose if we apply stress on a wire, then the longitudinal stress can be written as force per area of the material, and longitudinal strain can be defined as change in length to the original length of the object. That is what is called longitudinal strain. Further, let us look at the different types of stresses and strains. Now, in this picture, we are having a wire of length L which is fixed at one end and the other end is fixed with a load. So, because of this load, the wire underwent extension. The change in length is observed to be delta L here. So, force per unit area is nothing but longitudinal stress and change in length to the original length, that is delta L by L, is considered as longitudinal strain. and when the object is subjected to a shearing stress. So now in this second picture you can look at a object which is fixed at its bottom end. Let y be the height of that box, and it is subjected to a shearing force along x direction. So because of this force, shearing force applied on the top surface of this box, the box is tilted through an angle, say theta, known as shearing angle. So here theta is known as a shearing angle, and it is tilted through a distance delta x as shown in the picture. So here we can write theta is equal to delta x by y. So shearing stress, that is shearing the angle theta, can be written as delta x by y. And the one more parameter is nothing but the bulk stress, or that can be discussed in the next slide. So here is a picture. Let us consider this is a box having volume V. So volume V is represented by dotted lines as shown in the picture, and it is subjected to a uniform force acting in all directions as shown in picture. So because of this force applied, the box is shrinked to a new dimension that is equal to V minus delta V. So the quantity with which the volume of the material shrink is delta V. So change in dimension is observed to be delta V here. So here the bulk stress can be written as force per area, and bulk strain can be written as change in volume to the original volume. So we come across different types of stress as well as strain. If it is with respect to length, the corresponding stress is considered as longitudinal stress, and the corresponding strain, that is change in length to original length, is known as longitudinal strain. And similarly, if we consider a shearing stress, the corresponding strain is also be calculated. So the shearing stress to shearing strain is equal to constant, that is known as rigidity modulus of the material, and the ratio of volumetric stress to volumetric strain is known as bulk modulus. So the ratio of longitudinal stress to longitudinal strain is known as another constant, that is what is called Young's modulus. So we come across three types of elastic constants, that is Young's modulus, it is the ratio of longitudinal stress to longitudinal strain, and the rigidity modulus, it is the ratio of shearing stress to shearing strain, and another parameter is the bulk modulus, it is the ratio of bulk stress to bulk strain, or volumetric stress to volumetric strain. So this is about the different types of stresses and the ratio that we are going to get. And another parameter here, it is Hooke's law. Hooke's law states that stress is proportional to strain within elastic limits, or stress by strain is equal to constant. That is what is called modulus of elasticity or elastic constant. So already told, if we take longitudinal stress by longitudinal strain, a constant will come into picture. That constant is known as Young's modulus. Similarly, shearing stress divided by shearing strain is a constant within elastic limit. That is what is called rigidity modulus of the material. And at the same time, the ratio of volumetric stress to volumetric strain, or bulk stress to bulk strain, is a constant known as, that is what is called bulk modulus. So bulk stress by bulk strain is a constant known as bulk modulus, denoted by symbol K. So these were all three constants of elasticity that we have come across among elastic materials. Now here is a graph showing stress versus strain. So we are plotted a graph of stress versus strain for different materials. So here the curve A shows a stress strain curve, applicable to a strongest and stiffest material. So it is observed that in the beginning stress is proportional to strain up to certain extent, and then the curve bends. The straight line will not come into picture, so it will bends. So the material will not come back to its original state after some times. And in case of material B, that is a brittle material, up to OB stress is proportional to strain. After that point, the material breaks. Similarly, in case of material C, that is a ductile material, the curve is up to certain extent, it is straight line, afterwards it bends as shown in the picture. And in case of material such as D, the stress versus strain will be a straight line up to certain extent, afterwards it will bends. So these were all the different types of materials studied, and here Hooke's law is valid up to certain extent. So this is what about elastic properties of materials. So in the coming video I am going to explain the elastic constants in detail. Thank you.